Smai Pope, Sidachi. Hello everyone, how are we all? Oh, let me just get that straight. I can never get the camera to be absolutely straight, although as far as I can tell, it's straight, but it makes everything else look wonky. Anyway, waffle, stop, waffle. Today I'm going to do the By Your Side kit, which is basically it's got cats and dogs in it. And when it first came out, which I think was either last month, or it might even have been the month before, or possibly even the month before that. Time just goes, doesn't it? It sold out really quickly, and I thought, shall I get it, shall I not? I don't know. But I decided in the end to get it. So it's a stamping one. So you get a little stamping spot in Old Olive, which I will put to one side because I have Old Olive in the full size version, so I'll use that. And then you get a set of stamps. See if you can read those. Try not to shine the light on them, but then I don't know if you can actually see them. So I'll always be by your side. Best friends forever. There's a little fish. Here's to a true friend. You make my heart happy. And then some paw prints. I think that's a dog and that's a cat, I think, and that's a bone. So you get a bone and a fish for the cat and the dog. And then everything's wrapped up in plastic. So just open that if I can. Cut down there. Right, so in here we have a stamping block, size D, and some adhesive hearts, which I will take out. So I'll probably need that. Oh yeah, they're quite nice, aren't they? Yeah, there they are. They're just shaped a little bit around the edge, which is nice. Another little useful plastic bag that'll come in handy for something. Put that in my little tray there. Right, okay, so at the bottom, as per usual, we have the instructions that tell you what you need. There's 4 different cards to make, 2 of each by the looks of it. And then it tells you all the bits that you need for each card, which is good, and it shows you on the back everything that you get in the kit. So does it actually say? Yeah, 8 cards and 8 envelopes, so 2 of each design. I'll prop that up there. So what have we got here? Let's start with the obvious bits like envelopes. So the envelopes come in 2 designs. One is the pink stripy one, and the other's a check. Not sure what colour that is. I can tell you what colour that might be if I look to see what the coordinating colours are on here. Crumb cake, that's likely to be, because the coordinating colours are Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Copper Clay, Crumb Cake, Old Olive and Petal Pink. So that, I think, is more likely to be Petal Pink than Calypso Coral, I would say, because I think Calypso Coral is slightly darker. Right, you stand up there, please. Thank you very much. So that's the envelopes. And then the cards. Okay, so although there are 4 designs, it looks as though there's only 2 different card blanks. So there's this one. I don't know if it's going to be that way or that way, but I'll find out shortly. Oh, actually, yeah, they're both going to be landscape, looking at them. So they're in the Crumb Cake and the Old Olive. That's the Copper Clay colour. So we'll have 2 of those out, put the others away. And then there would be 4 of these. Yeah, 4 of these, which are going to be portrait ones. That's more like the Calypso Coral, and that's the Old Olive. So I'll get 2 of those out. Then we've got some die cuts with the cats and the dogs. I like him. I have to say, I do like a Basset Hound because they just always look so sad. And I have to say, today I popped into one of the shops in town, and they've got a little dog behind the counter. Now, I'm not particularly an animal lover per se, and I really don't normally like the French bulldogs because I'm sorry if you've got one, but I think they're ugly. But the one that was sitting behind the counter today looked at me so endearingly. I said, do you know, I said, he really looks really sweet, but he had to stay away from me because otherwise I'd be sneezing. So then you get 2 sheets of these banners. So I'll keep 1 sheet out, that should be enough. Then there's 4, 4 of these which have got little hearts that have been punched. So I'm going to keep those just in case I need the actual hearts, but they're perforated as well around the edge as a detail. Can you see that? Yes, you can, just. And then they've had the hearts punched out. So I will need 2 of those by the looks of it. So if I can get them apart, I've got 1, got 2. And then there are 4 of these, which is similar, it's a circle with again the punched detail. So I need 2 of those. 1, 2. And there's some Stampin' Dimensionals. Right, so let's put those 2 and those 2 over here. Well, if I put those there, I'll keep this out for stamping onto before I stamp onto the cards. And then I think I've got out everything that I need. I will get my Simply Chamois, which as you can see looks disgusting, but that colour doesn't come back off onto your stamps when you've cleaned them. And it's great. And I keep them in one of these cases that the stamps come in for Stampin' Up, and you can actually buy these empty, a pack of 4. Don't ask me how much they are though, off the top of my head I couldn't tell you. Around the £8 mark, I think. So I will leave that there so that I can wipe my stamps when I use them. I'm going to have a quick slurp of tea in my, oh you can't, no, I can't tilt it because I'll spill tea everywhere. But it's actually, it's red. I don't know if you can see that at all. Oh yeah, you can see that it's red. And it's actually got like a Christmas jumper design on it. I got them from Asda a few Christmases ago. And as you may or may not know, I like red. Okay, so let's go to the instructions and find out which one to do first. Okay, let us do the one with the Old Olive and the Calypso Coral background. So I'm assuming one's for a cat and one's for a dog. Yeah. Right. Okie dokie. So first of all, I need the paw print. Oh, I'll get a smaller stamp block for that. I like to use the smaller ones if it's only a small stamp. Bear with me. Oh, this is really heavy. And I have it over there on a shelf. So, stamps for doggy paws and cat paws. So, that's the doggy paw. Bits bits of stuff all over. So that's a doggy paw. Excuse my head if it gets in the way. Okay. So that's the dog paw. And then that's the cat paw. Okay, so cat, dog, alphabetical order, cat, dog. Got that. And then I also need the You Make My Heart Happy. Which I will put onto, will I? Oh yes, I can get that onto that one. And that's it for now. I will just put this over here on top of there so that if I need another one, I haven't got to bring it all the way over. Right. Okay, so let's get the ink pad open. If you've never used Stampin' Up ink pads before, you open them like this. You pull that over and then you push that in like that, and then it takes up only the same space as it would when it was closed. I never thought to mention this to one of my friends who's become a customer, and she said, oh, she said, I didn't realise that. She said all the time she'd been using them, she'd had them laid out like that. I suppose you don't always think to tell people stuff that you know because you assume everybody knows it. Okay, so let us start with a doggy one. Cat, dog. So, in fact, if I stamp everything onto this piece of card first, yep, that's lovely. It gives me a nice impression. And that's the cat one. Oh, didn't ink that one up properly. That's better. Yeah. Just remember to put it down properly on the ink pad. And then You Make My Heart Happy. Yeah, that's better. A wipe. So I need to stamp a doggy paw on the top here, just checking that you're actually, there we go, and then at the bottom here, lovely. And then I need one of these. Now, do I? Yeah, the one with, oh, they're all the same. For some reason I thought these ones were straight, but they're not. So one of these. In fact, if I do both of them for both of the cards, and then I'll do the cat one in a minute as well. So, You Make My Heart Happy. Put that right slap bang in the middle. Lovely. And the other one. Super. And then I'll put the cat paws on the other one because that's going to have a cat on it. So let me move that there and that there, and just move that slightly over there because you know me, I'm likely to stick my hand in it. Right, cat paws in the same sort of place there and there. These will come in handy for doing anything with for people who like animals. You could do little paw prints on as a background, so you could do lots of them. I'm going to put the lid on this for now so I don't stick the great big paws in it. Okay, put that over there. So that's the cat and that's the dog. So what else do I need? I need these two with the hearts removed, which I think are very sweet. I like them. Those hearts will come in handy somewhere else. Oh, oh, it doesn't want to be turned over, so I won't turn it over. So let's see what I need to do. I need to put some dimensionals on the back of here. Where's my dimensionals? There they are. So dimensionals, one there, one just under there, and one in each corner. No, it doesn't say to put one in the middle, but I always like to put one in the middle because I always feel it gives it that extra bit of support. So let's do this one. Okay, so let's put this on. Or should I put the cat on first and the dog on first? Maybe I'll do that. So then I get from this sheet, I get, oh, I might as well take them all out. So that's that one and that one, but those are the two I don't need. For these cards, I need the little Fred Basset. It's funny, I'm assuming that most people of a certain age will call a Basset Hound Fred because of the Fred Basset cartoon series in, oh, what was the newspaper? Well, whatever newspaper it was. I used to love reading the Fred Basset ones. Okay, so we'll stick the dimensionals onto Fred. One there, one there, one there, and another sort of towards the middle. Okay, and oh, same with the cat. Do them all together, might as well. One there, one there, one there, and an extra one there. Okay, so we will stick Fred onto his backing, leaving a bit of space. Where's my jar? Where's my jar? Let me get my jar so I can put all my little bits in. Oh, I've done those two. There we go. Come on. There we go. So Fred will go yeah, about there. And then take the backing off these, if I can get them off. And then stick that about there. And then the pussycat. We used to have a cat. Well, I mean, I grew up with animals, even though I'm allergic to them now. And when I left home, we had 5 cats. One of which was very unusual. It was a female ginger cat. Very unusual to have a female ginger, and they didn't realise she was a female until we took her to be spayed, thinking she was a tom, because, you know, it's ginger, you don't even bother to look to see if it's a boy or a girl. Just make sure I've done all of those. Yeah. And the vet said, glad we realised in time, because she would have ended up in a cage full of other toms and may well have got pregnant before she got spayed, but thankfully she didn't. We had a black cat called Suki. Oh, the female ginger was called Ginge. I know, we weren't terribly clever with names. We had Sandy, who was a ginger Tom, and from what I was told, my mum got him while she was pregnant with me, and he was still alive when I was 21, but I think he must have died fairly soon after that. And then I had a kitten of my own from the RSPCA when I was about 12, and I called him Dinky because he was. When I got him, he grew up to be the biggest cat you've probably ever seen in your life. He was huge, and he got run over by a car once, but he survived. But ever afterwards he dribbled constantly. Bit of a nightmare really, but I loved him. And who was the last one? Oh, the last one was a kitten that we found just around Christmas time, 1975, when Queen were #1 with Bohemian Rhapsody. So we called him Freddie. And he was a little tabby. Right, so I'm going to put this about there. And this one, can you see that? No, you can't. I've got, just give my camera a bit of a tilt. Bear with. There we go. Yeah, so to be honest, I don't really know what happened to them after I left home. There we go. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? What do I always forget to do? Burnish the card before we start, because it's more difficult to burnish when you've got dimensionals on the front. But I haven't quite finished yet because I need to get a couple of these hearts. Now I think I'll use my tweezers. And one goes here, and one goes here. Any more? No, I think that's it. So there we go. So that's the one with a lovely little Fred Bassett on. And that's a nice little grey cat sitting on a green cushion, which is sweet. So that's those two. And then we will do the other two. So I want another two of these, and for this one, oh, where have I put it? It's over here. I want to put the You Make My Heart Happy back on the backing and change it for I'll Always Be By Your Side. Now when I do the other two, I'll probably use the other stamps. Oh, no, is that one big enough? Oh, I think it is just. Soon find out. See if I've got it just right or not. Sometimes it's better to have a slightly larger stamp block for your stamp pad in case it doesn't quite get the bits at the edge. Oh no, that's fine. No, that's good. Give that a wipe. Put that back over there. Stamp these two. right in the middle. There we go. And then when Kevin and I got married, we got a kitten. Some friends who were on the same RAF base that we were had gone home to visit family and come away with a couple of kittens that had been abandoned over a hedge. I think there were 4 of them altogether. Might have been 5. But they brought 2 of them home, and they kept one which they called Kipper, who was a tabby, a boy tabby, and he did look like a kipper. His markings were just kipper-like. And the other one was this beautiful, mostly white but with tortoiseshell female cat with the most beautiful eyes. I'm doing this but you can't see because my hands are up by my eyes. She looked Egyptian. She looked as though she'd got kohl, you know, the makeup KOHL, round her eyes, and she did used to have a very sort of I'm a superstar bearing. She just used to look at you as though, you know, well, I'm the queen, bow down to me, thank you very much. And occasionally we'd try her with various different foods that were different, and she'd look at us. We gave her some trout once that was left over from some trout that we'd had, and she looked at us with the sort of expression that said, "You expect me to eat that?" Whereas the dog, which we'd got by then, went, "Oh, I'll have it." The dog would eat anything. The cat was quite fussy. So, yeah, when we got the dog, obviously she was a very small puppy when we got her, and the cat was just a little bit, she wasn't a huge cat, but she was bigger than Lucy was when she first arrived. So she was always the boss of the house, and we think that the dog thought that she was a cat, because we would find her trying to do things that the cat did, like sit on the back of the sofa or sit on the windowsill. She was a border collie crossed with a Springer Spaniel. So she wasn't small, she wasn't huge either, but she was sizable. Frightened the life out of me one day when I came into the living room and thought there was somebody standing by the window, and it was the dog sitting on the windowsill, but she didn't stay there very long, she fell off. So yes, we had fun and games with them. Right, okay. Oh, I need to do some stamping on these bits. So I need a cat one for the cat one and a dog one for the dog one. Oh, look, and I've put this away. Oh, and I need to do some on the card as well. Right, so on the card, I need to do one over this side. That's the cat. Then one for the dog. Also over that side. Then, that's the dog, that's the cat. Then I need to do some on the little square bits. Now, does it make any difference as to which way up they are? No, they look pretty much the same. So I need one up here for the cat and one down here for the cat. Any more? No, that's it for the cat. Stuck my finger in the ink pad. Look, I've got a green finger. This is the only way I have green fingers, is because I've got ink on them. I'm no good with plants. And then the doggy one. So after the dog and the cat died, we didn't get any more animals, which is just as well, because that's when I I became allergic to them. There we go. Right, so put some dimension. Oh, let's put this away before I stick my hand in it again. I've done those. Right, so dimensionals. One on each corner. Oh, picked up two then. Just got to make sure I remember to put them the right way round for the right animal. Because you can't have a cat with dog paw prints and a dog with cat paw prints. So that's the dog. That's the cat. So if I put that there, I will do the cat one, and I shall remember this time to fold and burnish it before I start. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, so if I put this down first, and then I can work out where to put the dimensionals for the animals, because they're going to sit inside the circle but outside at the same time. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Oh, it's no good. I've just got to have a slurp of tea. I'm really dry today. Oh, lovely. Right, cat. Cat. Up there. And I'll put some on the back of this. In the middle. Yeah, I'll do it that way round, so I'll put that there, and then I'll work out where the cat and the dog go in a minute. Right, so okay, and the cat. So the cat is lying down playing with a little ball of wool, which, as we know, all cats love to do. So, oh, I see, so it wants to go there. Ooh, right. I'm going to put one there. One up there. One there. I think that might be enough. Yeah, I could have put that slightly further that way, or stamped it slightly further that way, but I will make do with it for now. Right, so oh, I've just gone over the aisle, but never mind. So it looks like it says, always be by your side. But, you know, it'll have to do for now. And then I'll put the doggy one on. Fold and burnish it, Camilla. Fold and burnish it. Okay. Oh yes, the other thing I haven't mentioned is that most of Kevin's family have been involved in, oh, what's it called? At crufts, it's when they have, like, the working dogs, that sort of thing, and flyball, that's one of the things they call it. And Kevin's family's always been involved in stuff like that. In fact, his granddad died when he was in the middle of judging a dog show. Literally, he was in the middle of the ring, and he was actually participating in the actual competition rather than judging it. I think he was judging something else later. and he literally dropped down dead in the middle of the ring, and his dogs wouldn't let anybody near him. It was an absolute nightmare. But he died doing what he loved. And one of his aunties did the same sort of thing. She used to do the flyball stuff, and one of his cousins breeds dogs. His 2 brothers and his sister have all got animals. It's a nightmare when we go to visit. So I have to say, sorry, they'll have to go outside. Right, and then this doggy will go there, so I don't want any over there. But one there, one there, and one there, I think. So that will sit nicely there. A little bit further over maybe. Oh, maybe I could put another one there then. I don't want his tail sticking over bits. There we go. Right, so I think most of I know my uncle Richard has got, or have they got a dog now? They did have a couple of dogs. They had Samson and Delilah. Samson was a huge, oh, what was he? He was huge anyway. And then Delilah was a little, isn't that awful? I can't tell you what breed of dogs my Uncle Richard had. Anyway, one was huge that you could have ridden on as a child, and then one was tiny. But I have a feeling they've both died now. But I know my cousin Donna has a dog. So yeah, so animals seem to run in the family, except not in mine anymore. Our daughter had a kitten, well, a cat, but she died, a couple of years ago now. Michael and his fiancée haven't got animals yet. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Right, okay, so the last thing to put on these is one of these hearts. So that one could go there. And this one, I'm going to put it there, although they suggest putting it there. Oh, go on, I'll put it there. So there you go. Another cat one and a doggy one. So what I'll probably do is I'll do the other 4 cards using the other stamps, and I'll put them in at the end of the video. So will I? Because I don't know how. I'm still learning how to put more than one video together. I've normally only had to do it because occasionally this thing stops and then starts up again, and I have no idea that it's done it until I go to and find out that there's more than one video on the SD card. So maybe what I'll do is put them together in another video with some other bits and pieces. Then I'll know what I'm doing. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So let me put the 4 cards here. Let me move a few bits out of the way. Where will I put the other 2? Oh, there they are. I really must tidy my desk up. So we've got those 2 and those 2. And I'm definitely going to keep these little heart cutouts for something, but I don't know what. But I've got a little pot that I keep things like that in, or a bag, actually. Oh, actually, I can use that bag. Was it that one? Well, I'll use this one now because it's a bag that I found, to put the little heart bits in and the circle bits, because they'll come in useful for something too. Always keep odds and ends like that, because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Although After about 10 years, if they haven't been used, then I will get rid of them. Because I know what I'm like. I keep stuff for ages thinking, oh yes, that'll come in handy, and then it never does. And then I think, oh, it's no good, I'm going to have to get rid of it. So there we go. That is the By Your Side kit. And I will see you next time. Hwyl am y tro.